at how we can control the pen tool a lot more and really get to grips with that. You should already know a broad understanding of how to use the pen tool. And you should know how to control the border and fill colours, also things like the border weight. When we looked at the basketball, you also created a gradient fill for that as well. Now, things we need to be clear on. You should know the difference between when you select a shape and when you edit a shape. You will need to know the difference between an anchor and a handle. And we need to understand how we can turn a straight line into a curved line and back again, and how we can add anchor points and handles. We're also going to be looking at the concept that we need to do in design and technology and computer science of developing an idea. That is, that our first idea won't be the one we stick with. We need to sort of tweak it, get feedback on it, make changes to it to come up with the best idea we can. So now, before I go into how we do that, I just want to go back to the basketball and just cover something quickly. Most of you understand this anyway, but every time you draw something, it instantly puts that to the front of the page, unless you're working in layers, and we're going to come to layers later. So at the moment, if I take this basketball, remember I grouped this together just so I could sort of move this around as one solid object. I can still, if I double click on it, pull all those objects apart, or right click on it and ungroup it. But here's a problem. As I slide over here, some of the parts of this basketball are in front of this. Now this is a simple fix. As you click on it, you just need to send to the front or send to the back, and this will send one step at a time, so you might need to repeat and repeat and repeat to ultimately get that to the front. There is a shortcut where you can just copy it, cut it and paste it back in, but that can be a bit chunky as well. But you're going to have that sort of concept as we go into later projects. Now, the next thing I want to look at over here is I've created a few more pages where I'm going to do the lessons in today. Now, pages exist in the same file, so if I was setting up a booklet or something like that, I might have a 10-page document or something like that. Now, this is just the same as having a slide with multiple pages in it, a PowerPoint presentation with multiple pages in it, but don't get confused between having different pages and different files. So when you start a new project, a new topic, a new subject or something like that, do that by controlling the files. You'll also notice you can control the sizes of things down here, and when we get to printing something out, we'll come back to that. So I'm going to move myself out of the way here, and we're going to be looking just at the pen tool today. Now, stay away from the pencil tool for now. Play with it by all means, but don't sort of think, hang on a minute, this is way easier. It's not. The pencil tool gives you a quick result, but it limits you on what you can do ultimately. So all I want to do today is, the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a straight line. So 2 points. I'm going to press escape. I'm just going to tweak that down a bit. So at the moment I'm in the select mode. I can move it around. If I double click on this, it goes into the edit mode, and I can just get that nice and level. Okay, now I want 2 lines, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate that. Come on, computer. I think I've got to be out of edit mode to do that. There we go, that was quicker. Okay, so I've got 2 lines. Now, multiple selecting. If all I have to do is clip these and I have selected both. So now, when I duplicate these, this really is going a bit slow. And I can just move these down here. Now, in terms of developing an idea, if I do something as simple as change the colour of these, then I've started to show a change in ideas. Not much, but a bit of a change. Okay, I'm also going to look at, I'm going to change one of the line weights as well, just make that one a bit thicker. Okay, so I'm going to copy these again. Now I want to start changing the shape of the lines. I'm also going to zoom in a bit here as well. So down here you've got your zoom options. You can also hold down Control on a PC and Command on a Mac and use the plus or minus function as well, and that should zoom you in as well. So zoomed in, I've had to pan around a bit. Okay, so I need to go into edit mode. So remember, I click it once and I'm in select, so I can move that around, I can change the overall shape of it. If I double click on the line, I'm into this edit mode where I can actually add different anchor points and things like that. So if I add 1, 2, 3 anchor points, I can then take one of these anchor points and change the shape of it, okay? I'm going to escape out of that. That's my one change. Now what I want to see from you guys is about 20 different changes. So I'm going to duplicate it, I'm going to bring it down here. Now I want to change these lines into curved lines. So again, I'm going to go into edit mode. Now the first thing we'll notice, an easy change, is I've got this sort of smoothing function here. I'm not changing the lines to straight lines. All I'm doing is changing the corner to a curved corner from a straight line or from a sharp corner. I'm going to escape out of that. I'm going to duplicate these again. I'm just going to make a color change as well. So border color, click in here, and let's go back to blue. Or black. Now, I'm going to take my curves, I'm going to put them back to sharp edges, so I'm effectively back to where I was to start with. And you can see when you go back to sharp edges, you can really see it on that one, it suddenly adds that point out there. What I want to look at now is how I can change these into curved lines. So if I double click on the anchor here, not the bit that smooths it, the anchor here, double clicking on it now turns this into a line that I can control with those anchor points. Double click on this one, and now I'm controlling this, like so. And I'm going to keep this one sharp like that, and just control it like that. Okay, so I've changed my shape again. Now, we're going to look at how we can put these back. So I'm going to duplicate this. So now we understand how to turn straight lines into curved lines. We understood in the red one here how to smooth the corners off. Remember, that's not the same as turning it into a curved line. The actual line here is still straight. It's just the corners being rounded off. This one, we've turned it into a line that has an anchor point and handles to control it. And now what I want to do is turn this back again so we understand how to go from a curved line to a straight line. So I'm in select mode, I'm going to double click to go into edit mode, and I'm just going to do the same as I did before. I'm going to go to the anchor point here, I double click on it, I think this one's got it, and it just double clicking takes away those handles, and I'm back to the shape I was at before. So what I need you guys to do is to repeat this process, use 2 or 3 lines, keep it nice and simple, and just give me, I want to see a page full, and you can screenshot this and add it to Google Classroom. You can actually just export the file over here actually and upload that. If you export it, it doesn't matter too much at the moment, but probably easiest to export as a JPEG. We'll go through different file types and how vector graphics work. Okay, so I look forward to seeing your work. Remember, 20 different changes. Keep it simple. Don't make too many changes in one go. Okay, I look forward to seeing your work. Thank you, guys.